Hi friends, and welcome to Yoga with Sarah Trapani. I'm so grateful for your presence here. We're taking a well-rounded, full-body flow yoga practice today, suitable for all levels. So grab your mat and let's get started. Great job taking some time for yourself today. If you're still with me at the end and you enjoyed this practice, hit that super thanks button and leave me a tip. So let's start this practice today in child's pose. So big toes touch, you send your hips toward your heels. Then you melt your belly over the thighs and gradually rest your forehead toward the floor. Let yourself unwind for a couple moments. You can wag your tail side to side. Tune into your breath and give yourself permission to be fully present in this time on your mat today. What's your intention for practice? Let the intention guide your effort and energy. Spreading the fingers wide, let's go ahead and scoop the tail over toward your right elbow. And then swirl your hips to the left and back toward the heels. Make some circles in this way to start to wake up the body. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Gliding forward. If you're comfortable, keeping your eyes closed and tuning into how you feel today. And then we'll switch directions, scooping tailbone toward left elbow, swirling to the right, and waking up shoulders, hips, spine, and just tuning into how your body is feeling in this time. There's no perfect or correct way to do it. So tuck your toes, send your hips toward your heels, then wave forward on your inhale, shoulders over palms. Then exhale, press back, hips to heels. Inhale, gliding through, continuing to wake up your spine. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale, sliding through. And exhale, pressing back. Lift your knees and come on up to a downward dog, stretching your lower back high. Dropping your heels one at a time. You can pedal out your feet, waking up your calves. And then looking at your feet, walk your hands toward your feet until your heels root on the ground, and we'll fold over the legs. And hands can wrap behind your calves, or you can reach your hands onto your lower back and lightly interlace the fingers and wring the arms away from your sacrum. Letting your tailbone ever so subtly drop down. Let's start to bend the knees quite a bit. Soften your toes, and then keeping your knees pretty bent, sweep your arms forward, give your palms a nice press. Nice and strong. Tone your core. It's a variation of chair pose, Utkatasana. And then we're gonna bend, and as you fold, take your hands onto your back and interlace the awkward finger on top if that's available, and wring the arms away from there, spilling the crown of the head down. Inhale, exhale, let it out your mouth. Slowly release your hands right in front of your toes and walk your hands forward as if they're on railroad tracks, back toward downward dog. Then lift your heels and wave into a plank. Lifting your belly, spread your chest. Exhale, lower all the way down. Take your feet flat. Find a cobra pose on your inhale, spreading through the chest. Exhale, tuck your toes, and send your hips toward your heels, coming into active child's pose. And we're coming up to tented fingers, Hasta Bandha. Lift your belly, slide your right foot through. Right knee is over the heel. We're going to take our hands, interlace our hands on top of that right thigh, and then just do a little pulsing. So inner thighs scissor apart, then you lift the inner thighs up and in, and just kind of move your pelvis down and up a couple times, seeing how that feels. Connecting back to your breath whenever your mind wanders away. When you sink down just slightly, reach your arms forward and then up into crescent lunge. Find a back bend, upper rib cage, taking that subtle backward bend as you lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to frame that front foot. Lift your left thigh, spin your left heel down. And then we're going to open the left fingertips up to a T, keeping a nice 90-degree angle bend in that right knee. And wrapping your right knee open, over the toes. We're going to inhale, look at the hand in the air. Exhale, release that left hand. Swing your left heel over the toes, coming into a twist. Your right hand can come onto your back or extend your right fingertips up. Good, pressing through the ball of your right foot. Let's inhale. Exhale, release. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Exhale all the way down onto your belly. Take your feet flat for a cobra pose on the inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes, and come back into that child's pose with toes tucked. Now stand up on your knees. Take your hands into imaginary back pockets, fingertips pointing toward the backs of your knees. We're going to lift the chest. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, tone your belly in. Send your hips to the heels and walk your hands forward. And in this child's pose, find your Hasta Bandha, tented fingers like little spider hands, center of palms lifting up into your underarms. Then slide your left foot forward, left knee is over the heel. Keep the back toes tucked. Lightly interlace the awkward finger on top of that thigh, and then just kind of pulsate in and out a couple times, keeping your neck, your shoulders pretty soft. I already taught a double header this morning. I'm a little tired, but I'm so grateful to share this practice today. So we're going to drop the hips down and then reach the arms up overhead, crescent lunge. Inhale, arch through the upper back. Lift the gaze up. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Now lift your right thigh and spin that right heel down. So you really firmly press the outside edge of your right foot into the floor. And then we're going to turn left rib toward right rib. Open your right fingertips toward the sky. You can have your left fingertips on the inside of the heel if that feels okay, and you use your left arm to help prise that left knee open, just so. And you keep tucking that left sitting bone under. Look up at the hand in the air on the inhale. Exhale, release your right hand down. Swing your right heel over the toes as we come into the twist, twisting lunge. The right hand's a little wider than the shoulder. You're going to turn and then drift your left fingertips up. Inhale, exhale, left hand down, plant your palms, step back to plank, exhale all the way down. Now take your feet flat. Let's come up into a Sphinx pose today. So middle fingers are aligned with your elbows, and then bring your big toes together and drag your palms toward your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades on the back, spread your chest, look straight ahead, or slightly up. Breathing space into any tension in the belly, really grounding your pubic bones down toward the earth. One more inhale, look up. Exhale, let's come down into crocodile pose. Stack the palms, rest your forehead on the palms. Roll your forehead side to side. It's nice to let an exhale out sometimes, out your mouth. Calm your nerves. Then point your toes toward the back of your head and do a few windshield wipers with your toes side to side, wringing out the tops of the thighs and the tops of the hips. Good. Then let your legs drift back. Take your palms under your elbows. Gently press up into a tabletop position. And then walk your knees forward between your thumbs. We're going to sit on the heels, coming into hero pose, belly drawing in. Take a cactus arm, palms are facing forward. I'm really going to squeeze the shoulder blades on the back. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers and press the palms away from your chest. Pull your belly in and round chin toward chest. Then lift the palms right up toward the sky, really tall, through the upper rib cage, right up through the heels of the hands. We'll look up at the hands in the air. Inhale, exhale, take the arms down and scooch over to the right. Swing your legs around. Inch yourself toward the top of your mat. Scooch one sitting bone at a time back. Take your hands right on your knees and just give your knees a few circles with your hands, sending some love, some warmth to your knees. And feet nice and flexed. Interlace your hands back behind your head. And open your elbows, and we're gonna inhale. The knees lift up slightly, the heart lifts up. Then exhale, we're gonna pull in and come back, elbows in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull back, unfurl your arms forward, come down onto your back. Feel free to cover up with clothing, socks, or blankets to get more comfy. And let's go ahead and hug one knee at a time in toward your body. Give yourself a gentle squeeze and rock side to side. And we'll take the feet on the ground, hip width distance. Cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. The right foot is flexed. You can thread the needle, slipping your right hand in between that space in your legs, and then take the interlace of your hands in the left knee crease or the front of the shin. And we'll pause in figure 4, reclined pigeon. Couple breaths there, letting the upper back and shoulders really relax so the collarbones are broad. Nice. Let your jaw be really soft. Circulate your jaw a couple of times, letting go of any clenching or gripping there. And then hug that left thigh in. Uncross, take the other side, crossing your left ankle on top of your right thigh, and then thread the needle, coming into figure 4, pressing your left thigh bone right into the hip socket. So that left femur really plugs right into the hip. And tune into the area of the most sensation as you gently rock, massage out your back. And we'll hug the right thigh in a little bit. And then we'll uncross and come to full happy baby. Let's reach around for the insides of the heels and see how that feels. Heels right over knees. If you're unable to get the heels, take your ankles or shins. One of my fave poses, do this almost every practice. Nice. Then let's release and bring your feet onto the ground. Give them a nice couple of stamps. And then we'll come into our very essential final pose, Savasana. Let your arms rest alongside the body. And let the floor cradle the back body in all those areas that connect toward the earth. You can imagine that the earth is like a magnet that absorbs away any stress, tension, or stuck energy, or energy that you don't need or you want to let go of. It's not serving you in any way. Imagine all of that falling away, so it makes a lot of space. Space in your heart, space flowing through your joints. A lot of lightness in all the cells and throughout the body, so that your body is nourished by the light of your own awareness and the space of doing nothing for a little while. Glimpsing in the quiet moments the goodness of your own heart and your innately peaceful nature. Thinking of anything at all you have to be grateful for today, inviting in gratitude, contentment, a sense of peace with what is, with whatever is, right now in this second. And we'll start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and go ahead and reach your arms overhead, take a big reset, hitting that restart button. And then gently hug your knees in. Invite compassion for this form, this body, this whole self, mind, body, spirit. And when you're ready, slowly roll to either side and press on up. Slowly, mindfully, I'll see you there. Coming up to sit upright in a tall seat. Throw your shoulders back, nice open heart. Let's inhale, sweep up. Exhale, gather the hands down through the central channel. Thanking yourself for showing up today. And I thank you, and I wish you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. Namaste. Thank you so much for making it till the end. Great job taking this time for yourself. If you're still with me and you haven't already, subscribe, hit that super thanks button, and I really appreciate that if you could support my channel. I post many times a week, so I hope you'll keep up with me, and I'm glad to have you here. Keep going, keep it up. See you next time. Bye-bye.